All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in NorCal Sports Network.
Never really know what's going on.
Rough game. Rough game. Blue Marsh will join us shortly. He had to reboot. Warriors, man, not looking good, Anthony. Not looking good out there. Man. Producer Ryan and I talked about this. Said we both said they should have rested Steph the other night. Lou joins us. The band is up and playing again. They doubleheader tonight.
God, they gotten so good. That new lead singer deserves a raise.
Yeah, the new lead singer. But man, let me get this music off. All right, band, that's enough. Appreciate you. We'll see you. How about you guys come back on Christmas Day? Maybe you can play. Okay? If you don't have a gig, come on over to NorCal. We'll get you in.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Man, I tell you, Lou, the more I watch this team, the more frustrated I get with just they live and die by the three. I mean, Kuminga was able to go inside quite a bit. And he was in there, but there was nobody else in there when he was going. There was no help. He's going balls to the walls, so to speak, right? He's going at the hoop.
And the rotation, I think the rotation's a disaster. I mean, why do you have Bozo in with 3 minutes left? I don't care, but he was -6 right there, And the other problem is, and we talk about this a lot, they make these turnovers, and it's necessarily not always what you see, but a lot of, to me, turnovers are mistakes on defense, on the rotation, where you could see what Indiana is doing. First of all, this game, from what I saw, the Warriors are going to have a problem the whole season when a team gets physical. When they get physical, especially on Steph,
we talked about this. Yeah.
It's they are like hot knife through butter. They get sort of scared. And tonight in crunch time, this is as you pointed out the other night, Dan, I saw your show. I wasn't on it, but the last 5 minutes when it's within 5 points, the crunch games, they just are not doing well. They got outscored again. And again, Steph, it's almost like they're waiting for Steph to do something. Kuminga, he was going over Matherin a couple times, which was great because it's a 2-footer. But, what happens is, if you notice, Steph tries almost like an off-balance fadeaway three, and it doesn't go in. All of a sudden, it's a 3-on-2 the other way.
You make a great point, Lou. You make a great point. Here's the problem with the Warriors. You're right. They rely way too much on Steph. I played the game, and when I played this game, if you didn't have at least 3 guys on the court that you could go to, you're in trouble. Okay? Because you got to be able to move the ball. And the Warriors just constantly look for Steph, screens. And what they do is they miss out on opportunities to take it to the hoop. They miss out because they're waiting for Steph to come loose on a screen. I mean, you watch them late in the game. All as they do is sit there like this, Lou.
And they wait for Steph to go through. Yep.
And they're waiting. Okay, he's going to. Okay. Oh, wait, he's not open. We'll pass it and we'll reset and we'll go back and we'll give it to the guy at the top of the key. How about some backdoor cuts? How about some cuts to the hoop? I mean, how about
they don't do that?
You remember the ball they used to play when Bogut was here? And you see the ball go into Bogut, and there'd just be a bounce pass to somebody cutting.
It was almost like a triangle offense a little bit. He was the center, and then people would move. You always got to. People don't realize tonight was a perfect example. if you look at the box score, Steph was 2 for 13. Okay. 0 for 4 regular shots, 2 for 9 3-pointers. He's doing everything, but he's not, he's human. He's going to have off games. But he also, if you listen to the commentary for once, he had to work for his shots. Well, if he's being double teamed and he has to work for his shots, that means somebody else is open. And all it takes is that one extra pass. And, they're just not looking for it, and I'm a little disappointed because, hey, first of all, I told you guys last night it wasn't going to be easy because Indy just beat Sacramento. I know it's back-to-back, but they're finally healthy. And you can see tonight how this team is when they're healthy. They're the same team that last year, 2 years ago, they made it to the finals. People forget about it, to the Eastern Finals. Last year.
The Pistons are blowing out the Lakers in L.A. Not blowing them out, but up by 10 with just over 4.5 minutes. Interesting.
So it's and you got to remember one thing. If you go back, you knew the Warriors were going to have trouble tonight just because they're getting out muscled out. And the other thing too is, I don't know what it is about Kerr, but he just does the same rotation.
I'm sick
play
of this.
Bozo
I am sick of some of the rotations. Looking here at the box score, it doesn't make sense.
I know you got to give him. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, but you got to give him rest, but do it, differently. It's bizarre.
Take a look at this.
Yeah, let's look at the box score.
All right, so you got, like you said, Steph 2 of 13, 2 of 9. But look at the free throws. The team overall was 15 of 21, which isn't like awful. 71% is, you can live with that, but you can't live with 43% shooting overall. I mean, from the game, they were 48.9, but 31.4 from 3. So they ended up shooting 43% combined. But you know what?
And you're at home.
11 of 35. What happens if you take 5 less 3-point shots and get really good shots inside the paint? Move the ball around, quickly move it around. A ball movement, you can't move faster than the ball moves, okay?
No.
So let's say you're 11 of 30 instead of 11-35. Okay, still a crappy percentage, but let's say those were turned into 8 points. Let's say you made 4 out of 5 from 2-point range because you got into the hoop, you got down deep, and you got a layup. How many layups do the Warriors get? Very few.
Yeah, if you take Kuminga out, I bet you it's less than 10.
So
and
if they would have got
those
8 points, if they would have got those, why is Indy just laying them up? You know what I see the Warriors do? Missing tons of layups because they are driving to the hoop and then they end up kind of like pulling away instead of going at the rim. They pull away and try and bank it in midair, and they throw it off the backboard, a brick.
Or and when they get them low, dunk the goddamn thing.
I've seen enough brick layups that are, and they need a big man in the worst way. And
we've been saying that. They need a big guy.
I personally would like to see a healthy Robert Williams from Portland because he's a lob threat. He's a force down low. I mean, how big is Robert Williams? Because Vucevic, I don't know if we need another 3-point shooter. Do we? I mean, we shoot enough.
You got enough.
Robert Williams is, I think he's 6'11", if I'm not mistaken. He is. I'm looking at him right here. Tell me about you, Robert. Where are you? Give me, all right, Basketball Reference. You're not going to, come on, mouse. Piss me off. All right, he's only 6'9", but he's 237. He's kind of a strong, muscular guy that he's averaging only 7.5 points, but that's fine for what the Warriors need. He's playing about 24 and a half minutes. 70, almost 74% field goals because it's all he shoots is down low. Okay, compare that. He's all right. Let's take a look at this. Let's compare his field goal percentage because I know at one time Trace Jackson Davis had a really good field goal percentage, but let's take a look at his.
Yeah, like tonight, he was 6 for 9, but you know what? He was negative 17. That doesn't do you good. You're 6 for 9. You have a great offensive game, but you're minus 17.
See, Trace Jackson Davis is shooting 60% from the floor. You know why? Because you know why Robert Williams is shooting 74% from the floor?
Everything's within 5 feet of the hoop.
He's up there and he's forceful and he's a presence. This team needs another presence. Producer Ryan says he's coming around, TJG. He is. He's starting to play better, but they don't have enough big guys. They need somebody in there that's an intimidator. The Warriors need, you look at what Minnesota has, and they got Gobert. He's not really, he's intimidating because of his height, and he changes the shot. But a guy like McDaniel, a tough beast, the other guy that, why is his name escaping me? The guy that's the Warrior killer.
Starts with an N. Not Nazi, no.
Naz Reid.
Naz Reid. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah. I just think they need somebody mean. They need somebody that's mean.
You need presence. The other thing tonight, you know why the Warriors lost? The better bench won. And what's I'm upsetting about that is Indy played last night. They have back-to-back. The Warriors have had time. I know they traveled. But when a road team's bench outplays your bench and you're at home, you're going to lose 90% of the time. And if you look at our stats, except for Kuminga, Looney, 3 for 3, 6 points, great, 2 rebounds. Okay, Buddy Hield, 5 for 11, 13. Moody again, 3 points. I don't know what's going on with him on the injury. And then, Bozo scored 5. But I'll tell you the key thing tonight, early in the game when I was watching it. Green hit his first 3-pointer, which is like death. He then missed his next 4. 3 of the next 4 that he missed, he didn't even get back on defense. So the guy that's guarding him, Green should not be shooting more than 2 3-pointers a game. Why is he shooting 5? It's ridiculous.
He gets open and he thinks he's, Superman out there. And
but it hurts.
He started off the season really well. All right, I'm making a trade right now.
All right,
I'm going to the trade machine, guys.
Yeah, there you go. Bring up the machine.
Bringing up the machine. We're getting Robert Williams in here right now, and we're not waiting too much longer. And I am moving off of – who am I going to move off of? I got to move off of GP2, or I got to move off of Kyle Anderson, or I got to move off of – I'm
surprised with the scoring. They didn't
Looney.
Bring Waters in. At least the guy can shoot.
How much years does Robert Williams have left on his contract? He's got 2 years. So we're going to have to give up some number 2s to get him. Who could we give up? Producer Ryan, who should we give up? Who do you think we should give up?
Well, I keep hearing stories.
Yeah, Robert, I found it. Hey, thanks. I got it. Or did you just send it? Let me see. Oh, yes. Yes, thanks, Robert. Appreciate it.
Dan, today, I can't remember. I'm trying to find the article, but I guess Kuminga got pissed the other night. He didn't start again, and he complained to the press. And Kerr said, dude, I know what I'm doing. Stop bitching. And I don't know if you remember, but last year he bitched.
When was this?
It was all over KBR today.
Today. Okay. Kuminga played a lot tonight. Well, I don't know how many minutes did he play?
Well, I think he wants to start. If not, I think he was saying, do me a favor. It's just look, guys,
Kuminga will be off this team by the end of January, if not by the end of December. Okay. It's possible there's a deal in the works for Kuminga. Yep. He could be gone at any time. In fact, let's throw Kuminga into a deal, not because I want to get rid of him, but for Williams, Ryan, for Williams. It's got to be somebody. He's got making $12.5 million. You could flip Schroeder for him back, but what do the Warriors need more? I think they need Schroeder more than they need.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're going to have to either give up Looney, Peyton, or Robert Anderson, slow-mo, plus somebody else, like a Pods. Send out Peyton, Lindy, and Santos. Okay, let's see if that will do it. Consolidate the roster. All right, let me see. Let's get this machine going. He says GP2, which I tend to agree that would be the guy.
Yeah, if you're not playing him. I mean, I
Buddy
don't know
Hield
about his
signed for
injuries.
4 years. Whoops. I just messed up the trade machine. Doggone it. All right. Let's go Peyton, Waters, and Santos. Does that get us enough? Yes, it does. All right. We're going to try this trade, everybody. Let me put this up here and see if it's successful. We'll put it right up there.
Yeah, there
Here
you
we
go.
go. There's the trade machine. Can you see it? You see the trade?
Yes, sir.
Lou? All right, here we go. We're going to get the green light or the red light.
Try the trade.
It's
successful.
All right, the Golden State Warriors, ladies and gentlemen, have just traded GP2, Lindy Waters, and Guy Santos for Robert Williams III, according to NorCal Sports Network. We have made
Dan,
a
you've
trade.
been on these things pretty good.
We have made a trade. We had traded earlier DeAnthony Melton. We had him traded back in late November. We said Schroeder will be coming to the Warriors on December 15th when Melton is available to be traded. And bingo, that's what happened. I think the next trade, this is it right here. Robert Williams, Portland Trailblazers. How many centers do the Portland Trailblazers need? The Portland Trailblazers, do you know how many centers they have?
I think 3.
They have 3.
Right.
Yeah. They have Ayton and they have Donald Klingon from UConn. They got the big guy in the first round this year. So Robert Williams is excess. And I think this makes more sense for the Warriors. Vucevic is $20 million. Vucevic will cost you so much more. Tom Wyatt says, what is his numbers? Well, we are glad you asked. We will pull those numbers up for you in just a moment once Dan can figure out what the heck he's doing with, Robert Williams III. We will pull him up. We got him right here. Buster, welcome into the studio. Buster comes in for, hey, say hello to everybody, Buster. Come on. You can't be rude and
Buster.
Just say hello, everybody. Come on.
Hey, Buster.
Wag that tail, buddy. Wag that tail, Buster.
Yeah, there you go. Buster. Where's my
There's
treat?
Buster. There he is. Good old Buster. All right. So let me get back to here. I'm pulling up Robert Williams right now for you guys. All right. Robert Williams III. Right now, he's only played in 10 games again this year. Is he hurt right now? Or what's going on with him? After missing the past 2 games with a left heel, this has been a problem. Oh, that's Luka Doncic. What's going on with he played just a couple days ago on the 21st. So he's not hurt. He may have been hurt earlier. He played 12 minutes the other night against San Antonio. Didn't do much. 4 rebounds, 1 block. On the 25th of November against Memphis, he had 3 blocks. What I like about this guy, he can block shots when you get him some playing time. He's a guy that should give you 15 to 20 minutes a night and just give you a little bit of
enforcement in the middle.
Enforcement. They need some of that.
Yeah,
Andrew the Goat says Warriors are not a good team. I don't know if they really are either right now. Honestly,
they got a lot of holes they need to fill.
I don't like the way they're playing the game, Lou. I don't like it, especially as it gets down toward crunch time. Just constant threes. Curry's game. You know why Curry's mistakes? I'll tell you why Curry's shooting more threes. You want to know why Curry's shooting more threes?
Because that's the only way you can get the ball. Nobody else is taking the ball to the hoop to bring the defense into the key.
I'm going to tell you what I think he's taking more threes. I think it's too much energy for him to drive to the hoop constantly. And Steph's game if you look at his game, he does not go to the hoop as much as he did the last couple years.
Yeah.
I think.
And did you see late in with about 3 minutes left, he went up to try. And of course, he does what LeBron does when the ball doesn't go. And he complained to the ref.
Yeah.
Again, there was it's amazing. The Warriors have problems with refs at home. They don't get any home calls at all, which is sort of amazing.
Well, the league doesn't.
That's just how it is.
The league's looking to promote younger teams. They want to see the Houstons, OKCs. They want to see other teams.
Dan, if they make this trade, then do you still want to get rid of Kuminga? Or are you going to sign him?
I would keep Kuminga. I would just let him develop. Let this guy. You saw what he could do tonight. When I think I think Kuminga needs to play somewhat pissed off at times and just go at the rim, go at people. And you know what? I think maybe Kuminga needs to let out some of his emotions when he gets fouled a lot and he's getting beat up. Just take a tee, you know, let the refs know, doggone it, man, I am getting clobbered down here.
Instead of Draymond. Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. Everybody else does it.
And let him be kind of the main guy. I've said this before, that he needs to be, he's the alpha. Let him have, Kerr's comments the other day about, guys shooting 15 footers with 12 seconds on the shot clock when you got Steph Curry on the team. He was directing that at Kuminga.
Yeah.
Maybe
that was against Houston, if I remember, and the lead.
But here's the thing. The other night against Minnesota, now my camera's doing that. What's going on? Is that my camera now?
Yeah, it was flickering for a second. I don't know why.
Oh, maybe I bumped the table. Let me see if I bumped the table again. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird.
I think that Kuminga has to, my point was the other night against Minnesota, he goes in and draws 2 fouls going to the hoop. So I'll put out a tweet or something about showing. It's pretty interesting. Let me see if I can play this. Let me see if I can find it.
And the other thing too about the Warriors, their defense, they don't play a full 24 seconds. A couple guys play, but when you have all 5, you got to play till the very last second. Like, that Miles Turner 3, which was a huge one. All it was just the guy went up in midair. He got double teamed. He throws it to Turner. Turner basically does a ball fake, wide open 3, nothing but money. You got to, especially in crunch time. I don't know what it is. The last 5 minutes, what they did tonight, which I thought was weird, is they took Steph out and they took who else? They took Steph out and they took Schroeder out for a minute and a half rest. And they bought him Bozo, and I think they bought him Looney. And then they bought out. But, the problem is when you bought Bozo in, it went from a 2-point game to all of a sudden 6 again because he didn't play defense, and these last 5 minutes, I'd rather that they give Steph off the first half of the fourth and let him go like he used to from 6 minutes mark all the way to the end because it's not working what we're doing. This is coming a habit where the last 5 minutes we're falling apart. As you say, Steph's getting tired. He's got to go through 6 screens trying to get open. And then maybe only him and Kuminga are doing something. And then usually you have Draymond throw a horrible pass over 6 guys. It either goes into the stands or gets taken. And then they're not getting back on defense. I mean, this team tonight, except for that, they tried 2 3-pointers. The rest were all layups or all 12-footers. Us, as you brought up, all 3-pointers. It's a big difference, you know?
Yeah. I got to ask my producer one thing here in a text. Hold on one sec while I do that.
Yeah, and this is a disappointing loss. You know, Indy back-to-back, you got to beat them, especially at home. I could understand if it's on the road, but no. And then the Warriors are now 15-13. Remember, they started, 8-2? You know, and the Warriors guys, when Dan's getting this, the schedule doesn't get any easier.
12-3 they were.
12-3, you know. So, you know, we have, of course, the Lakers, which, you know, we all know. And then the other thing, too, is the other team we're not talking about in our division, the Clippers. Clippers went to Memphis and beat them. So,
all right. Let me do this. Yeah. I had to get I don't know certain things with YouTube. So here we go. Let's look at this. This was on Twitter that Alchemy, if you guys haven't seen Alchemy on Twitter, you should give him, or on YouTube, YouTube, you should give him a follow. The guy really puts out a lot of great pieces of Warrior content. Probably the best Warrior content creator out there.
Ryan, can you put it in the chat so we can see what it is? You know, the
Alchemy?
names. Yeah, because I do see a guy named Cyrus.
Yeah, this is Cyrus'
first name.
Cyrus is tweeting what Alchemy. See right here, Alchemy, ALCHEMY.
Yeah. So is it? So okay. What's his? How do we follow him? That's all I'm saying.
Just go to YouTube and check up Alchemy. Yeah, he's got a lot of followers, like over 70,000.
All right,
but
I'll do that.
Check him out here. He's talking about Kuminga and the mixed message that Kerr is sending Kuminga. So let's listen to this side here.
84. Steph,
can you hear that?
Look he wants initially is Rudy staying in drop. What about this play from Kuminga? I mean, I'm just not seeing a selfish player like some people are making it out to be. I'm seeing a young guy who's kind of confused when to attack and when not to. But the Trace train uncorks on Rudy, and it was our sophomore messaging. I think.
Okay, now watch this side.
Kuminga taking 2 or 3 bad shots a game to nurture what he can be. Dante for 84.
Oh.
Steph,
hold on. I guess that was it.
Initially, is Rudy staying in drop.
I think the fact that
I mean,
the fact that you know Kuminga was okay. There's the link in the chat, guys, right here. You can check it out. Go over there and click on that. You can go ahead and subscribe to Alchemy if you guys don't know about what he produces. He produces, like I say, great content, former coach and, you know, a ball player. And, you know, if you play the game and understand the game, you'll, or if you haven't played the game, you'll learn a lot from Alc. But I like listening to guys that understand the game, know the game. And that's why I try and, you know, in the past, I'll try and get my brother on here who's, you know, a long time. He's retired now as a basketball coach, but, you know, 35 plus years, maybe even 40 years of coaching, pretty high level, and get him in here. We've had Frank Red in here. We'll get Frank in here at times as well.
Yeah, I think we need to see him because 1/3 of the season, you know, big Frank Red was one way when the season started, very positive. Now that we're a third away in the season, I would love to hear what he thinks about the Warriors, you know, where, hey, you know, we made the trade. Is this trade going to be enough to make the playoffs? Do we need more? You know, is he as negative on Bozo as I am? You know, I'd love to hear what he thinks.
It may or may not be enough. Now, if you listen to Alc, he might say ease up on a little bit on pods in the sense of he's just a young guy. You can't bury him into the ground. But they need another move, as Ryan says. They definitely need another move. They need to reshuffle a couple things. But I was thinking about this. How would this closing lineup look like if you really wanted to? One of the problems is the Warriors can't score a lot. What if you had Schroeder out there along with Steph and Buddy Hield, and then you had Kuminga and, say, Draymond, or Wiggins and Draymond, or Wiggins and Kuminga and no Draymond. I don't know. I would like to see the floor spaced enough so guys that can actually shoot, take the shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tiny roster, Carl. It is. But they get so bogged down where they can't score because they're only looking to Steph. They've got to somehow.
They only scored 105 again tonight. I mean, we're having trouble scoring 100, and this is at home. That's a problem.
They cannot deal with teams that are physical. You mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
Lou. I'm surprised they were able to get by Minnesota, but Minnesota can't score either. So that was.
But the Warriors scored 20 points in the fourth quarter
tonight.
This
only
is at
20?
home. They go through these streaks. Once like the 5-minute mark, they're lucky to score 6 points, 4. And when you miss the free throw in a close game, I mean, it was funny. The announcers tonight said the good thing is Kuminga got fouled. The bad thing is he bricked and airballed the two before. So,
speaking of the announcers, I don't know. What's your thoughts? I'll just leave it at that. What's your
the
thoughts
Warriors
on
announcer? I love the guy that played, but Fitzgerald he's it's sort of funny. I always sometimes when I listen to him, is he watching the same game? That's what I think, because he speaks so highly. He sort of reminds me of Farhan at the trade deadline. Don't worry about it. We're going to play the youth. We're going to do this. It's like he cannot say anything wrong. I know he's a big Notre Dame guy. He's probably excited about the Irish, but it's come to the point where it's hard for me to listen to him. So when the Warriors are on and you can see the game on TBS, like Reggie Miller and them, I always turn it because they're beyond homerism, as I call it, and it's sort of like getting to the point where, they're always saying, oh God, Davis, what an incredible play. But then the next play, when he gets the ball underneath, he doesn't dunk it and he winds up making a turnover and he gives it up. They don't say anything. I don't know if that reminds you of anybody else on KMBR, but it's just one of those things. It's not the greatest. So
yeah, I'm running out of steam tonight. I'm tired.
It's 11 o'clock. Holidays. That holiday party knocked the crap out of you the other night. I understand. It
is 11:05 here today. Yeah. Every day at this time it's 11:05 right now.
Yeah, producer Ryan Kors. Fitz is almost as bad. He might be worse than Fleming.
I just did a Yogi Berra. You didn't even catch it. I just realized I just pulled a Yogi Berra.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
I said it's 11:05 every day at this time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, correct.
That's a Yogi.
Yeah, call me in an hour. We'll be at the same time as you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the one thing too, Dan, is this West, there's going to be a lot other movement. I mean, obviously there's rumblings that I hear in Sacramento that Sacramento is so frustrated right now that they might fire Brown. They're also trying to make a trade because they have a big decision to make with Fox. What are they going to do? Sign him to a max? So they got problems. The Lakers, once they start losing, they're going to be problems. Memphis is back, but they lost again tonight. And then the Clippers still don't even have their best player back. So there's going to be, it's not like just the Warriors going to make trades. Other people are going to make trades. You guys keep bringing up, was it December 25th or in January? You guys watch. So we're going to need to make a move soon because other teams are going to do it. Because if you look at the standings in the West, it's a logjam.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. And I'm going to make another trade. Trader Dan is going to make a trade.
Dan's rolling.
And I've had it. This is a trade that won't get done, but I'm going to do it anyway.
You're the boss.
All right.
You're the GM. You're the one that signs the checks. It's your call, Dan.
Yeah, it's my call, and I'm making this deal, and I'm getting it done. And let's see. There we go. And I'm going to give. Let's see if it's successful first. It is. I think I do this trade, and I give him a couple of. Producer Ryan's going to go, no way you're going to do this.
Ryan,
trade.
there's only been one trade this year, so congratulations, you were right on one trade. You didn't say the player like Dan did, but we'll still give you.
No, he did. He did.
I remember it was you with Schroeder. Okay,
I think it was both of us. All right, here's a crazy trade. I don't
they
think
might need a crazy trade.
who says no to this. Probably the Kings, but I would do this trade, and I would do it in the sense I think you give up maybe a number 1 draft pick in this. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? Make Kuminga take Green's spot. Get De'Aaron Fox in here and team him up with
Steph.
Yeah.
And
I don't
the
know.
thing is, the thing with Fox, if you don't double team him, he'll take it right to the hoop, and that'll help Steph.
Yep. I'm kind of tired of Draymond Green. I said this before. To me, he's not going to age well. I thought he looked really good at the start of the season. I was saying, wow, he looks like he's playing the best ball. And now, I don't know. I'd rather keep Wiggins than him. You'd have to give up Wiggins or Green. So I would. Fox is a Curry athlete too. That's right. He is. He is a Curry shoe guy. De'Aaron Fox. How about if they team that up?
I like Fox.
I love Fox. I think you'd have to give up a number 1 in this deal. Maybe. I don't know if you'd have to give up 2 1s. You might.
But would Sacramento want Green? That's the one thing. It's got to work both ways.
I don't know. Sacramento kind of needs a guy like Green.
Sacramento needs something because either they're going to fire Brown, but they've been all over trying to get better. Because right now, their team they have, and they're healthy at times. It's just they're not closing either. They're worse than the Warriors. I mean, like I said, I think the beam is out of batteries. It's been in storage. They have games, 2 3-point games, and they have not winning any of them. And their press conferences, it's sort of like Steve Kerr. Brown gets up and says, I don't know what to say. Well, to me, that means either your players aren't feeling the need to bring the W home, or you have no clue what the hell you're doing. And, Brown's been there, 3 or 4 years? Maybe it's just time.
You could get a little less with Schroeder, but I think they'd want Schroeder to replace Fox because Hield isn't a replacement for Fox. And Schroeder's more of a guy that could run the offense. I think that helps both teams, kind of.
Yeah. Sabonis is much better this year than Green. He's having a double-double every night.
Yeah, they'd want Kuminga, but you couldn't give up Kuminga in that deal because he only makes like 7 or 8 million. So you'd have to give up
do him, Schroeder, and maybe Bozo.
You'd have to do Wiggins.
Number 2.
If you kept Green, it would have to be. I could redo it. It could be. It would have to be like a just trade. So if I take out Green, it would have to be Wiggins, and I'd probably have to take out. Let me see if I can do it with Wiggins and Kuminga. I don't know if that gets it done. It might be close. That's close. I don't think it works. Let's see. Maybe it might work. I don't know if Sacramento is one of those teams. Nope. Got to get more, so we can adjust that, and we
It
can
failed.
throw in. We'll throw in. No, we just got to throw in some nobody here, which we can do. What's the guy's name? How about Guy Santos? Sorry, Guy. I don't mean you're nobody. I know your mother loves you. We do too, but for purposes of making this trade work, we got to kick you into that. There we go. Oh, wow. -7 wins, according to Hollinger's analysis. Wow. 7 wins. See, that's too much. Wiggins and Kuminga. That's too much.
Sacramento right now is 13-17.
Kuminga, Payton,
They're
and
4-6 in their last 10, and they're 6-10 in their last 16.
Kuminga, Payton, and Schroeder.
Can you trade Schroeder this close after just receiving him?
I think you can. Kuminga, Payton, and Schroeder. Not enough. Not enough, Brian. Need another $5 million. So where can I find $5 million? I can find. Yikes! Where can I find $5 million? Kuminga. That's why you got to get these high salary guys. Otherwise, you got to give up half your team.
Yeah.
Let's see if this works. I don't even think this works. 34. Oh, we're still short. We're still short. Yeah, you can't do it. It's just too many guys. You have to clean up your entire team. You'd have to give up pods in this deal too. I don't think you'd have to give up many picks, though. If you did that, I don't think you'd have to give up any picks. Now, this is going to work. I'll show you this. You can make this deal work without giving up any picks. See this? There it is. Schroeder, Payton, Kuminga, Pods, and Waters for De'Aaron Fox.
Really, it's just Fox and Schroeder and Kuminga.
I mean,
Fox is one of the probably top 5 point guards in the league. It's not too often you can get someone like that.
Pods instead of Lindy and Gee, Dan. Well, you might be able to get rid of Gee and keep Waters, but you got to give Pods up, Brian, to get the salary to work. Let me try to adjust this. And I will take off Waters and throw in Guy Santos. Let's see if that gives us the numbers. 35-34. Let me see if I took off Santos. No, not Santos. Sorry. Pods. See if I took off Pods and added Waters to this deal. I think it just comes up short. Yes, it comes up short by $1 million. See, 1 million short, 33.8 to 34.8. So there's got to be $1 million, but the Warriors don't have $1 million player except Trace Jackson Davis. I don't know. Pat Spencer's a two-way. He doesn't count, does he? Let's see if we throw him in. It doesn't. I don't think it works. No, it doesn't work. It's got to be Pods has got to be in there. What about just Pods, no Lindy and Gee? I don't think it works because of the salary. Let's adjust the trade, take off Pat Spencer, and what did he say? Just Pods? What did Ryan say? What about just Pods, no Lindy and Gee Santos?
Yeah.
All right. So if I add Pods back into this deal, I think you're $1 million short. Yep. Now you're 1.5 short. So now you got to add Gee Santos, which, you know what? At the end of the day, are we going to get worried about that? That's your deal that has to work right there. If you want to get Fox, Kuminga.
But I like what you're thinking. You need somebody to help Steph in these last couple of years. And if they have a problem where they don't want to sign Fox to a mega, get him
We'll
now.
sign
You
him
still
to a
have him
mega.
this year, next year.
We can sign him to the mega, and he
Yeah.
could be Steph's replacement.
No, I
Yeah,
like it.
I like Fox more than all those guys too. I think there we go, guys. De'Aaron Fox is now a Golden State Warrior. Golden State Warrior, according to NorCal Sports Network. Yeah, Fox can replace Steph, at least make us relevant. I like De'Aaron Fox. That guy, I mean, his quickness, getting to the hoop, it would allow Steph so much more freedom to just not have to be running all over the place to get open for threes. Because think about it. If De'Aaron Fox gets by you and blows to the hoop, they're going to converge.
2, maybe 3 guys are going to converge on him. Someone
and
will
then
be
Steph's
open.
just going to be pick and pop, man. It's just he's just going to be sitting out there waiting. And if they don't converge, Fox can take it to the rim. I like that deal because you're not really, forget Santos. I mean, the biggest guy in this deal is Kuminga. And if you throw Kuminga in there and Pods, those are 2 number 1 guys. And Schroeder's got value, even though he's only on a 1-year deal. But Kuminga, if he gets traded, then the Kings would own his rights to match any offer he receives in free agency next year. Pods is signed for 3 years. I think you could get away with maybe giving up a couple of seconds. I don't think you'd have to give up a first in that deal. Right. And as Ryan says, they could flip Schroeder too. Schroeder, man, the guy's just going to be a vagabond moving all over the country. But they got to do something that creates more offense. Fox, isn't he like a 25-point scorer per night?
30.
What's his average?
Take a look. Open him up. He's
look.
a stud.
NBA stats, season leaders. Okay, offensive leaders. He's not at 30. He is 8th in the league, scoring 26.2. Absolutely. That is the deal I am making. Yeah, no first. Exactly, Ryan, because you're giving up Kuminga and Pods in the deal. All right, NorCal Sports Network has just put together a blockbuster trade for the Golden State Warriors. De'Aaron Fox is on his way to Golden State. He's heading down. What's he going to take, the 80, Lou?
Yeah, 80 all the way up.
80 all the way?
To the Golden One Arena.
Yep. From Golden One Arena all the way down to the Chase Center. Heading north is Dennis Schroeder. Just got here, but GP2.
And Sacramento will
Jonathan
take
Kuminga.
them, and they could do another trade and upgrade. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think they would love to have Jonathan Kuminga. So we've just put together the trade. This is just came to me. I thought, you know what? Let's just go after somebody. You want a star, guys? There's a star right there.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox.
All-star, yeah.
Now you've got your backcourt set. You do lose Kuminga, but you still have Moody. You have Green. You lose Pods and Schroeder. I mean, you're losing 3 of your guys in your backcourt.
But you got one of the best ball handler and point guards in the league. You got to make a sacrifice. To get somebody great, you got to give up something.
Yeah, and the Warriors just don't have the
I would
salary.
do that right now. I wouldn't even think twice. And then you don't have to worry about Kuminga in the future. You know, you can always re-sign him. You just can't sign him to a max because he won't be your player. You know what I mean? You could trade him for the year, and when he's a free agent, you can come back.
Yeah, George Curry makes a point. He's not the greatest at defense, which I don't know. That's why you got to hang on to guys like Wiggins and Green, because Wiggins or Green could be in this deal and you'd only have to give up 2 players.
Yeah.
You'd have to you could get away with, if it was Wiggins or Green, it could be just those guys and one of those guys plus a Kuminga, and you're probably getting the deal done. But I do think the Warriors move off Kuminga. I really do. I don't think he's going to be here too much longer. Yeah. Yeah, Pat Spencer could fill in too, and the Warriors could pick up another guard. Plus, you know what this does? You lose Pods and Peyton, but it shortens the rotation a little bit more and brings Moody in there. You still have Moody that could be, if you look at the Warriors situation here, they could have, just save that trade and adjust it. I just want to look there. Yeah, you'd still have, plus you could have Lindy Waters that can fill in as a swing. Also, don't forget you got Slow-Mo that's available to play different positions. So I think it would be a good trade for the Warriors for now. Give Steph a little help. They still need a big man. But it also, I wonder if there's something else you could get from the Kings if you really wanted to try to alter,
because they're so bad right now. Like I said, they're either going to fire Brown or they're going to blow it up. They're very disappointed.
Well, they're going the wrong direction. They really don't have a big man other than Sabonis. I mean, who's their?
And he's not even really a big man. He's
yeah.
I mean, that was a great trade. Now you guys got to remember, Sacramento and Indianapolis made a great trade, and it was great for both teams. Both teams, after it was done, were better. This is something that the Warriors have to do. I don't know if you remember what they did when they got Sabonis. They got Sabonis and somebody else, and then Indy got the shooter. Indy's number one outside shooter. That
you talking about? You mean Halliburton for?
Yeah. They got because Halliburton was good, but in the system that Sacramento played, it didn't work. So they traded him, and they got Sabonis. You got to sometimes take a chance. Both teams are better for it. Right now, the Warriors they're just missing something. Sort of like how the Niners were early in the season. You could sort of tell something wasn't going well. They were missing something. I mean, Sacramento's got a problem. The Warriors right now have a problem. You got to do something. And you got to do something now because it's only going to get worse if you don't improve it.
All right, Lou, let's get out of here. I'm tired. And
perfect.
We'll be back tomorrow night, guys.
Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. To some people.
Tomorrow night. We'll be here, though, Lou.
Okay.
We got a 7:45, guys. We'll have something for you at 7:45 live. Christmas Eve. You might be, I don't know. We might put it on. We'll probably just put it on for 7:45. Probably be about a 30-minute show, guys. So catch us tomorrow night. We'll have a few videos out tomorrow, so be looking for those. We should have 3 or 4 videos popping tomorrow. And again, 7:45. Catch us here. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Take care. And if we don't see you tomorrow, have a very, very Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I think I'm frozen.